I'm still recording.
Now I'm recording too, okay, honey?
Okay, so we had one son who went sideways during a karate class recently.
He got shy. He said he was shy.
He said that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice of him. Okay, then I don't mind.
He said, I'm just
He's
shy.
usually not shy. But one time he started to, he lost during, what did he lose during? Hot potato.
Mm-hmm.
And he was told that he was out, and he took it personally and started to get very upset. And you know how he sits on the ground and puts his head in his hands? He started to come apart, but the sensei gave him a pep talk, and he talked him right back into it.
Yeah, this didn't go well. But then he was like, do I have karate the next day? Like, he asked. And
yeah,
I said, no, you have to wait a week. You ruined one. That was the one for the week. That was it.
So far we haven't been, so far neither of the kids have been, not while I've been there, have been the total meltdown disruptors so far. Or was he?
He didn't disrupt the rest of the class, but he didn't go to 75% of it. It was because I was there.
I got to go with them. It's right, Alice. I inspire them to greatness, so I will go with him from now on.
I think more than just know that you don't really care if you're shy or what. You don't care if they're shy or feeling strange or whatever.
Your level's fine? I think it looks like it's coming out a little bit low.
I think the levels are okay, but I adjusted on my end to make sure.
Oh, you know what? Let me see, because I am down one USB port, and there's only one left. It's like when a plane's missing an engine. Balance up, volume. Okay, so there's that. Is this my daughter?
Yes.
She's already back?
Yes, it was a short one tonight. She got out of that at 6:15, so that makes sense.
Okay, so a couple of things I want to talk about. One is the Winchester, Massachusetts conservative page. Where'd you go? Where'd you go, buddy? Is it on my phone? Is that where it is? The Winchester, Massachusetts conservative group.
On Facebook?
On Facebook, it has posted this. This is the poison McCall Junior High is waterboarding kids in school with. Award-winning author Alex Gino will be presenting in person in McCall for this year's Author Fest, scheduled for Friday, October 14th. You may recognize their bestsellers.
Might we recognize?
Melissa, Rick, You Don't Know Everything, Jilly P, and Alice Austin Lived Here from our summer reading list. And from bookstore shelves. In English class, students will study one of Alex Gino's works in order to better prepare for this event. Being genderqueer, as well as an activist and advocate for LGBT... This is going to take a while. Here we go. As an advocate for LGBTQIAP+.
What's P?
I don't know.
I don't know P, I don't think. Is that
a
new one?
Yep. Being an advocate for LGBTQIAP+ communities, along with being trained as an educator, go Google Alex Gino and look at him on YouTube.
I'm afraid.
This dude is a wreck. Alex Gino routinely brings the magic of literature to schools across the country.
I'll bet.
So this is a little bit. Here's a little bit of one of their hit books called Melissa.
Desperately hoping that this wouldn't be the moment Scott discovered personal hygiene. Scott rushed in as soon as George opened the door, unzipping his jeans before he reached the toilet. George exited quickly, closed the door, and leaned on the wall outside to catch her breath. The bag was still probably swinging in the shower. George hoped it wouldn't hit against the curtain or worse, fall in the bathtub with a thud. George didn't want to be standing near the bathroom when Scott came out, so she went down to the kitchen. She poured herself a glass of orange juice and sat at the table, her skin tingling. Outside, a cloud passed overhead and the room grew darker. When the bathroom door banged open, George jumped in her seat, splashing juice on her hand. She realized she'd barely been breathing. Thump, 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 thump. Scott tromped downstairs, a DVD case in his hand. He opened the refrigerator door, pulled out a carton of orange juice, and took a long swig. He wore a thin black t-shirt and jeans with a small hole in the knee. He hadn't gotten a haircut in months, and brown curls formed a mop on his head. Sorry if I busted in you while you were taking a dump. Scott wiped the juice off his lips with his bare forearm.
What?
I'm just fine. I just dropped the needle, as Todd Weinberg would say, on a random part. But this book is all about George, who's Melissa, who's and Melissa is either trans that turned to a boy or a girl. It doesn't matter. But the book used to be called George, and he famously this
famously
this author renamed the book because George wouldn't be called Melissa. It's not polite to one of the characters. Anyway, the whole thing is toxic, rubbish, crazy, coming of age stuff. I'm sure if I looked for the controversial parts, I could find them. But I mean, to have this dude be talking to, I mean, what is your freaking point? What is your point? The stupid. Why for Author Week are we having whatever?
Well, because. This is now, the slippery slope has been, we were all told that the slippery slope was pretend and not real and wouldn't happen. But the slippery slope has been, just let us live, let us do what we want in the privacy of our consenting adult bedrooms. And we'll leave you alone and everybody leaves each other alone. Isn't that nice? To now it's mandatory that you are really, really into everything that we do in our bedroom. It's mandatory that you watch and you like it. Like, that's what's happening now. Because, so we have this Billy Eichner movie out now. This is the latest, we get in trouble every time lefties come out with some movie. We're in trouble. When they come out with The Lord of the Rings, we're in trouble because we didn't like it enough, and it's because of the diversity. Now Billy Eichner came out with, apparently, there's a lot of qualifiers on this historic first, but it's the first gay rom-com from a major studio. So it's not an independent film. So, and it's also the first gay rom-com directed by a gay man. And it's a rom-com, but everyone in it's gay, basically, is the conceit of the movie. It's all gay people all the way down. And this is produced by Judd Apatow. It's supposed to be funny or whatever, I don't know, but it did terrible in the box office. Terrible. And now Billy Eichner is mad at all of us because we didn't come out and support his gay rom-com. You're in trouble now.
Really?
You're homophobic. Everyone who didn't see it is homophobic for not seeing it, and we all have a problem. Of course, it could just be that people love going to see gay movies and they just didn't like this one, or it wasn't marketed well, or maybe it's not a good movie. I don't know. I haven't seen it, but he complains, and he's even said oh, it got really great scores on Rotten Tomatoes and all the critics loved it, and it's a historic first, and I don't understand why you wouldn't like it. It's just because you're a bigot. He's all mad at us. We've caused a problem for him now. But so, listen to this description, this film review from Wall Street Journal, and see if anything might jump out at you that might be a reason why this might not be, the first on people's list of movies to see. So, Mr. Eichner stars as Bobby, a New York podcaster who is starting what he calls the first LGBT plus history museum, and has a lot of thoughts to get off his chest, most of them dyspeptic about both gay life and perceptions of it. Near the start of the movie, he says the catchphrase love is a lie that gay people were forced to deploy it in order to win equal treatment. In reality, he contends gay sex and relationships differ greatly from heterosexual norms, and he then sets out to prove that thesis. The culture of gay men, as Mr. Eichner and Mr. Stoller depict it, is one in which wild dance parties, drugs, and the availability of random internet hookups forestall emotional bonds. Bobby prides himself on never seeking any kind of lasting attachment to any of the men he sleeps with, and so does the guy who catches his eye at a rave, mild-mannered lawyer Aaron, a genial Luke McFarlane. As loud, pushy, and neurotic as Bobby is, Aaron is cool, confident, and poised. Someone dubs him the gay Tom Brady. The two men consider the pursuit of love to be taboo, and even see the word dating as off-putting, implying exclusivity. To clarify to each other that lust is all that is being indulged, the pair's first bedroom encounter involves two other men also, and the movie expends lots of imagination on similarly ribald sex jokes. Let's see. Bobby's abrasive nature, when he speaks, he's usually shouting, eventually becomes a problem not only for Aaron, but for the comic ambitions of the film, which keep getting derailed by its hero's bitterness and hostility. Meeting Aaron's mother, a second-grade teacher, Bobby starts berating her for not teaching the little ones gay culture because, in his view, such instruction must begin as soon as possible lest gay people be marginalized. As Bobby tries to get his museum going amid board members squabbling over whether Abraham Lincoln was gay or just bisexual, Aaron considers ditching his boring
As
job.
a matter of fact, Alice, I happen to know what Abraham Lincoln was. He was actually LGBTQIAP+. He was a plus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and basically there's all kinds of sex jokes in it. And then the big romantic ending of them falling in love is they agree to more or less date exclusively for 3 months.
Great.
So, I don't know. So, and then if you read like the sex and nudity descriptions so that you can like see if the movie's appropriate to take your kid to or whatever. Here are the sex and nudity scenes that are in it. Several graphic sex scenes involving anal and oral sex.
Mm-hmm.
Foursome on bed, shirtless, kissing, heavy breathing.
Oh, good.
A character ejaculates on his partner's
Alice,
legs
for
below the
God's sakes,
frame,
dude.
suggested by movement
You
and
can
sound.
censor a little bit. I don't want to bleep everything.
Okay, sorry, but you
I
get
didn't tell you what the itty bitty goings on in George.
Characters kiss, remove shirts, kissing biceps, sucking on fingers, feet, etc. So I mean,
And who's this book for? Who are they trying to read it to?
this
No,
isn't
no,
a
it's a
book. This
movie.
is a
It's a
movie.
movie. That's right.
This is in the main movie theaters. This is the first gay rom-com by a major studio, and the first.
And people don't like it, and Billy Eichner's mad. Who is Billy Eichner?
No, this comedian, I guess.
Oh,
So, but he's mad at you.
okay.
You were supposed to go and see this movie this weekend, and you didn't. So he has a problem now with your homophobia that you didn't go and watch him in his gay sex scenes. There's something wrong with you because you didn't want to watch him having gay sex. You're the problem.
Oh, sorry, Billy.
So,
I was reading George over the weekend. The girl named Melissa who was experiencing her own journey through trans. Whatever. It's so tedious. It really is. It really is. But you know, by the way, speaking of McCall Junior High, we're going to be making Sachem shirts.
Okay.
People should know. You know, write a little note there. Winchester.
what are you writing a note for?
Sachem's okay.
Yeah, so he also said that he doesn't want conservatives watching his movies, so happy to oblige him there. So.
Oh, good. So I just think it's interesting. Like, you got a nice town like Winchester, and the Board of Education, you know, they are also hurt during COVID. Kids are more messed up than ever. Board of Education brought in people, to Native American activists from across the country, to yell at the townspeople and call them all racist and compare all to Hitler, etc. That was a huge, huge priority. And while they're doing this, with the other hand, they're putting this filth by some insane person in front of the kids. The kids, it's mandatory reading,
right? Yeah,
so that they can come. So the author who looks like he's having a tough time. Seriously, check him out. So the author, they can come and talk to the author. It's like crazy. When I was in McCall Junior High, they brought in a former football player whose, I believe, his mother had been stabbed to death by his father because his father was on drugs. And they brought the football player, a former pro NFL guy, to talk to us about drugs and how they can destroy families, etc. And it was pretty impactful. Because I still remember that guy. You know, this is 1986 or whatever.
Right.
And I remember, we're like, whoa, that's a way to get somebody's attention, you know? Especially young boys, you know, who are just like, who are wild animals, that thing. You know, but, I mean, this stuff is a incredibly niche agenda item. And the problem is now, you've got this social contagion happening, you know, in the schools all over the place, including, I assume, McCall Junior High, because it seems to me, just by just my own observations, my own anecdotal observations, that woke parents beget woke kids in woke towns. And I think you and I saw that certainly in Melrose, and I bet you it's probably happening in Winchester. And we've got all, these kids who are probably nice kids are just trying to, make mom feel happy and validated for being moon baddie. Right. And so it's terrible. And I hope it doesn't happen. It will happen. Whatever. It's just, and then they say, like this author said, I don't think it's ever when people, his book is banned all through the country, this author. And he said, well, I don't think it's age inappropriate at all. I think there's never a time to not learn about love and compassion. It's like, yeah, okay, but can you do it without kids and without people being naked and hooking it? It's like always veiling this stuff in love and compassion. It's like,
yeah, no, and why is it always the love and compassion for me? The children need to show me love and compassion. It's a weird thing that these adults need to feel validated by children. I'm teaching them to be kind and loving by being weird to them and telling them they have to love me anyway. Like, that's weird, perverted, abusive behavior. Keep it to yourself. Since when is it kids' jobs to be loving to adults, right? I mean, like, obviously you should teach your kid to be loving to everybody, right? But like, we don't do this with anything else. Like, yeah, Jesus tells you to love your enemies, right? But like, we don't deliberately put kids in situations where people are making them uncomfortable and tell them they have to love it. Like, that's abuse. And so when it's so focused on like, the children need to be taught to love me, it just seems a little off and odd. And that's right, because you're not supposed to take the Bible and apply it to other people. You're not supposed to go around, and this is like what's so wrong with how everybody does this. Like, everybody's going around like using the Bible to tell other people what to do. You're not supposed to be taking the Bible and applying it to other people. You're supposed to be taking the Bible and applying it to you. You know what I mean? Like, I'm supposed to be taking the Bible and learning how to love other people more, not taking the Bible and going, wow, the message of this is everybody else around here really needs to love me a lot more. Like, that's not what the takeaway is supposed to be. They've got it totally backwards. Jesus said you have to love me. Like, what? That's not what you're supposed to take away. Jesus is talking to you and telling you to love people. Like, that's what's supposed to happen here. You're not supposed to take the Bible and say, I'm the good guy. I'm the one everybody has to love now. Everybody else needs to work on themselves a lot. Wow. Like, you're supposed to take it and learn what you have to work on yourself, right? It's so weird, especially because obviously a ton of the people who say that on the left don't actually like the Bible or believe in it or think that people should follow it at all. They just want you to have to when they think it helps them win some argument, which is so annoying. But anyway.
Correct. All right, a couple of other things I want to get to as well. First of all, there's this guy. This is a guy named Gary Gensler who runs the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC.gov. And this is he's got a series of videos out. And the series of videos are highly produced with real actors, etc. They're called Office Hours with Gary Gensler, who runs he's the chairman of the Securities and Exchange Commission. You know, stocks and bonds and things like that. Mm-hmm. Well, he is now on a mission. As part of his show, he wants to make it more high profile. So, Kim Kardashian charged by SEC over crypto post. The Securities and Exchange Commission on Monday charged reality star Kim Kardashian over a post she made promoting a crypto asset security sold by Ethereum Max, without disclosing the payments she received for the promotion. Kardashian will pay $1.26 million to settle the civil charges, the SEC said in its announcement. This case is a reminder that when celebrities or influencers endorse investment opportunities, including crypto asset securities, it doesn't mean that those investment products are right for all investors. Wow. Thanks for that. Are you sure it's not right for all investors?
Wait, what about if she endorses makeup or her underwear line? It's got to be right for everybody, right?
Yeah. These influencers get paid to put out Instagram posts and Twitter posts. Who cares? I'm jealous, but I don't give a flying F. Who needed to know? By the time you get around to purchasing a cryptocurrency based on the research and analysis by Kim Kardashian, you have been ripped off to no end in life. And you probably are responding to Nairobi Prince emails currently. But this guy is. But what he's trying to do is get in the news cycle so that he can be, famous and build his brand. Because it's boring working in the FEC if you're going to be the head cheese in Washington D.C. and have this huge job. So here's Gary Gensler. Listen to this. This is the office hours with Gary Gensler. This is him being an entertainer at the SEC.
And our
celebrities and influencers often are endorsing a variety of products and services across television ads, social media, or print, on everything from clothing, diet plans, to perfumes. It catches our attention. We always wondered, did they use the product? Do they like the product? How much were they paid to endorse it?
Who's we? And we always wonder. The SEC? How much were they paid to endorse it? Get in your effing lane, you psychotic tyrant. This guy is a dangerous SOB.
In any case, what does this have to do with the Securities and Exchange Commission?
Good question.
That's the only good question.
This is the extremely produced open to his show that he has. Chair of the
Sometimes celebrities endorse investment opportunities, like crypto tokens or special purpose acquisition companies. Celebrity endorsements, though, don't mean that an investment product is right for you.
No? This guy is doing this with his time?
The guy who married Kanye West?
This guy is a psychotic. This is a psychotic, authoritarian, weird MF, narcissist, who's shaking down celebrities so that he can get attention for himself in this show, because he feels he's looking at you and saying, you know what? You don't know how to make the right decisions for yourself. I'm going to have to insert myself in there a little bit because you don't seem to understand it. Hey, stop it.
Why is that happening?
I don't know. Hopefully. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Do you think it's because Pepper's lying on my headphone wire?
No, because I'm getting it too.
Well, but your headphones are attached to the same thing my headphones are. Pepper, move. Go. Get up. Go.
Let her up on the couch. Hello? Check 1, 2.
No, I don't know why it's happening. She moved and it's still happening.
Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2.
Go up here, Pepper.
Something happened up here. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Is it good?
Yeah.
No. Yours is not good. Check. Hello. Okay.
Check. Okay. Sorry.
Okay.
We fixed the cameras, but not the sound.
Right. So.
Or even, frankly, that it's legitimate. Even if a celebrity endorsement is genuine, each investment has its own risk and opportunities and may not fit your investment needs.
What a patronizing puke this dude is. Just because it's Kim Kardashian doesn't mean it's sound. I know she's famous. Dude, fuck off. I want this guy out of my life. Why is this guy talking to me? Why is he using his job? Go look at stock market stuff. Leave us alone. And some people say, oh, well, crypto might fall into... I don't care. Leave the dumb lady who makes billions alone to tweet and do her thing. We're trying to have America here with the free market, okay? She sells me something I don't need, and because she's got a wonderful breasts and an oddly oversized rear end, I buy it. That's how this works. That's what this country is. Most of the stuff we buy is not necessary. You know?
True.
I am sitting 1.5 feet away from a parking meter lamp right now, okay? It cost me money. Nobody needs one of these, okay? It's like...
Well, how else are you supposed to charge the kids to sit in the room next to the lamp?
Well, you know what? Paris Hilton has one, so I figured, it'll make me glamorous like her. It's so incredible. This guy, seriously, I hate this guy. I think this guy is a threat.
Furthermore, a celebrity or influencer's incentives aren't necessarily aligned with yours.
You mean she doesn't have my best interest at heart?
Yeah, she's not looking out for me. But she said she's smiling in the ad. Is this effing serious? We pay this guy hundreds of thousands of dollars,
and we paid to make the video.
Right, and we put him in charge of this the SEC. and he's pulling nanny stuff with us. It's freaking incredible to me.
We might enjoy watching a celebrity playing on a basketball court.
But that makes it real and good, right? That makes it real and good, right?
Starring in a reality TV show or a movie, or performing to a large crowd at a stadium show.
Oh, yeah, but also that means that everything they're hawking is good and worthwhile and in best interest for us.
We shouldn't confuse those skills, though, with the very different skills needed to offer appropriate investment advice. So, before investing.
But he hits lots of home runs. Obviously knows how to work the stock market, I think.
Morgan brings up a great point in the chat, how like this administration and presidency completely leaned on all these people and their celebrity cachet to get everybody to get vaccinated.
Oh, Morgan, if I could actually get around to doing my Substack, I would steal that. That's brilliant.
But yeah, because they've been the influencer presidency. Every time they're like, we can't get enough people to take the vaccine, but we went on Deadliest Catch and NASCAR. We had Olivia Rodrigo come here and talk about the vaccine. They went through all the celebrities, so we're supposed to trust them when it's when it comes to their medical advice,
right?
Because they have no incentive other than ours when it comes to that. They absolutely are looking out for us and in our best interest at that time, but not when it comes to investment advice. Don't listen to them about that.
No, yes, this guy just gets to go and freelance and mention Kim Kardashian, so he's in the same news cycle with her.
The TikTokers and YouTubers, they know all about vaccines, though. That's
Please
important.
do your research. Consider the investment's potential risk and benefits in light of your...
Fuck off, dude.
Morgan thinks we're underestimating how dumb people are, though.
Please do your research. First of all, she got like $250,000 for the tweet or whatever it is for the endorsement, and she's got to pay over $1 million.
Yeah.
Because this guy doesn't like what she's doing. People are hawking stuff.
I mean, if she broke there's regulations
I don't
on
care.
financial stuff. Like if
whatever
she broke
regulation
a rule,
made
she
this
broke
psychotic,
a rule.
if this
Like,
whatever
if she
regulation
paid the
made
fine.
this psychotic
But
go
this
pursue
guy-
Kim Kardashian needs to be shredded immediately. This guy is a tyrant.
But yeah, I mean, and he obviously
Putting me a line
like
Kim Kardashian.
He's like a
Jesus.
fame whore. It's because they did this Kim Kardashian case on the same. He didn't come out with the "Don't Listen to Influencers" video like on a random date. He came out with it on the day that they did the settlement with Kim Kardashian. So he knows it's being in the news.
Right.
And so he knows that we're going to be looking at this video today because we're seeing Kim Kardashian is in the news.
Because he's like Tony Fauci. He wants to be a star. He actually kind of looks like him.
Your own financial goals. Search a company's finances, organization, and business prospects through the Securities and Exchange Commission's database called EDGAR. And when it comes to...
If you're running Edgar, I don't effing trust Edgar. Okay?
Well, and here's the thing is I think that this whole thing with the like celebrity bureaucrats with people like Fauci is going to come back to bite them, because the more these people act like this and people see how dumb the people making decisions really are and how much we're paying them and how we're investing to make these stupid videos, you know, the less trustworthy these institutions become. It's going to be, you know, people are going to be itching when a Ron DeSantis or whoever gets in there to tear apart this bureaucracy and just shred it all, to put these departments in the trash and never see them again. Like the Department of Education, the CDC,
Absolutely.
the Securities and Exchange, just trash them all. Just screw all these people, because we pay so many freaking incompetent bureaucrats so much money to screw around with our lives and go after Kim Kardashian for some reason. Like this is a huge portion of what the federal government does, you know, and it's so toxic and dangerous. I was having a conversation with somebody today about this healthcare worker mandate that just the Supreme Court didn't take up the challenge to it. So it's going to stay, Biden's healthcare worker mandate, right? And the thing that's so interesting about it.
Wait, the vaccine mandate for healthcare workers?
Yeah, anyone who takes Medicare and Medicaid funding from the government.
A bunch of tyrants.
So, but that's what it is, right? It's like, and my friend was saying like, well, is there anything we can do? Is this just forever? Like, and No. I mean, if another president gets in there, the Supreme Court says they have the power, essentially, by not taking up the case. So if another president gets in there, they can switch it back in a second. But that's not a good way to run a country, right? It's not a good way to run a country to have the executive branch setting policy for the whole nation on the basis of ideology. And the executive branch shouldn't even have that power, but Congress gave it to them as part of Medicare and Medicaid and how they regulate who gets the funds. And that's what's bad about the setup. You don't want this huge, bloated bureaucracy making all these decisions for everybody all the time. It's so bad. It's so bad. And Congress does it because they're lazy and cowardly, and they don't want to have to really vote on things because they would never vote in a healthcare worker vaccine mandate, right? They would never vote for that, but they put it in, they put in the power to let the executive branch do it, and so the executive branch does it, right? Mm-hmm. But then that saves Congress from having to vote one way or the other, because if you vote one way or the other, people might get upset, you might not get reelected, that's no fun, you might have to defend your decision, you might have to stand up for some principle, you can't just coast around and shake hands and kiss babies in your district and have a good time. It interferes with your congressional lifestyle if you have to really vote on stuff that matters to people. It's much, much easier to just outsource it to the executive branch and idiots like Fauci and this guy who get to decide things for people.
It's frigging dangerous. These people are not trustable. They're not trustable. Here's the lady from the World Economic Forum. And in the wake of the hurricane, etc., talking about how they work with Google.
If you Google, we partnered with Google, for example. If you Google climate change, you will, at the top of your search, you will get all kinds of UN resources. We started this partnership when we were shocked to see that when we Googled climate change, we were getting incredibly distorted information right at the top. So we're becoming much more proactive. We own the science, and we think that the world, should know it, and the platforms themselves also do. But again, it's a huge challenge that I think all sectors of society need to be very active in.
Or else. We own the science. Hey, Google.
Well, just like you have to go watch the gay movie, or you're, in the words of Billy Eichner, a homophobic weirdo for not wanting to see it. Or for even just being apathetic enough to not care to see it. You have to go, you have to care, you have to see it. Just like that, you have to care about climate change. It's not you can't just live your life and drive your car. You're going to be made to care. They're going to come for your car. They're going to come for your gas stove. They're going to come for your plastic bags. And they're going to make sure that you care about this. And we're going to make sure that you watch our documentaries about climate change. And we're going to make sure that your kid learns about it in school and says the right answers back about it. And we're going to make sure that you don't like the sachems or anything else. It's all mandatory. Their viewpoints on everything
Seriously.
Are mandatory for everybody.
You know what? It brings me back to 1992 in this debate. And you remember this. This is the ponytail guy debate with Ross Perot and George H.W. Bush and Bill Clinton right there. Ponytail guy gets up and asks a question.
And I ask the three of you, how can we, as symbolically the children of the future president, expect the three of you, to meet our needs?
The problem is that some people want this. They want to be the children. You tell me what makes me a better person and what to read. You tell me how to be a good person in the climate justice battle. You tell me what to do, government. Tell me. You tell me, sir, what I should be investing in and who not to trust in Hollywood and who and how to think. You do the critical thinking for me, sir, and please feed me. It's like guys like that guy are half the country now. People want it. And those are the same people who said, why would you have a problem with Fauci? Why would you have a problem with the CDC? Why would you have a problem with the FDA? And they still they think, well, but yeah, it's big government. They wear these nice suits and they're allowed in rooms and I'm not allowed. And of course they're good. Of course they're good. It's remarkable, and it's a just belief system of dependency. Yeah.
Yeah, it's nuts. They really actually want that, and they want it not just from the government, but they do want it from like Hollywood and stuff too. That's the problem. Like Morgan says, we're underestimating how dumb people are.
Yeah.
That they would listen to celebrities, but I think they do. I think people do listen to celebrities. Unfortunately, they shouldn't.
Well, you know what?
But like I just saw too a news story today that you're never going to believe this, but Harry Styles has endorsed in the Texas governor's race. And I don't know if you'll be able to guess
I
which.
think he's an Abbott guy if I've ever seen one.
No, unfortunately, no. Unfortunately, he's endorsed Beto, but the coveted Harry Styles endorsement went to Beto O'Rourque. So
the 11th celebrity I've seen in 50 years try to shock me by wearing a dress is going for Beto. Oh my goodness! I don't see the live stream, Alice.
You don't see the live stream?
Oh, let me in. Okay. My name will be shared with the host. Oh, so I'm not signed in. Oh, I'm signing with a Patreon.
Yeah, Morgan says it's not going to stop till you're hooked up to a porn machine 24 hours a day eating crickets. So I did actually hear someone tell me that their school did an activity with eating bugs too. Like where they had to eat bugs.
Really? Oh, God.
Which is like bad from an allergy perspective too, by the way, because bugs are like crickets are related to shellfish allergies.
Coming in. Can you put it on the? I'll put it on the.
It'll go
lamp.
to the lamp. It switches to the lamp. Everybody gets to see the lamp. We fixed our camera situation so the lamp can be on camera. Everybody, I know you were all upset about that last night that we didn't get enough shots of the lamp. How much time? I want the
lamp to get equal time with us.
What do you mean equal time? It's on the lamp for 5 seconds. Is that not enough?
How much is it on us?
I think like 10 on each of us.
I want the lamp to get equal time.
Why does a lamp have to get equal time? It doesn't say anything.
It's my prized possession. What do you mean it doesn't say anything? It says a lot to me.
It says expired.
It says a lot to me.
2 hour
Well,
time limit.
That doesn't have to say that.
Well, find yourself a time. It's the little things.
I'm still not seeing the lamp.
Doesn't take quarters. Oh, you know what?
What?
I forgot to set it. I had that part turned off.
You?
I turned it off.
I'm not allowed to call you names anymore. I'll get 170,000 correspondences telling me that I'm mean. You ignored the lamp. I've been talking about this thing since the beginning of the podcast.
Okay. It was on at the very beginning. It was on the live stream. At the beginning of the live stream, but it'll come on in a second.
I'll wait.
Okay.
Thank you. We're not going anywhere until I see the lamp.
You're gonna wait a little while.
I can't believe you'd do that.
You're gonna wait a
little
while.
What does RTMP Studio mean?
What?
It says RTMP Studio at the top.
I don't know.
Episode 612 live stream.
I don't know. That's what it does to
Yes, I'm not seeing one.
Okay, after me, I see me, and then it should go to the parking
I
meter
see you.
lamp.
Well,
okay?
I see me and you.
Well, there's a bit of a delay, okay? So it'll take a minute. I just saw the lamp on OBS, so you'll see it in a minute.
You're working around the lamp, and everybody can tell. Oh my god, is this a jealousy thing? Are you jealous that you're not the most revered and sought-out object in the room anymore? Really? The lamp has done this to you, Alice?
I don't think that's a
reasonable
expectation.
There it is. Look how good that thing looks.
Oh, wow.
It's pretty bright. Okay. So let's take a couple chat calls, okay, homie?
Okay, let's hear the chat.
Hey, Tom and Alice.
Hey.
I've seen Antonio Brown has been in the news for dick tugging in a public pool. I was just wondering if you have the same mindset as I do on this, or we might agree. We might be lockstep. I don't know. But my feeling is that that was not only gross and perverted, but highly against the law, what he did in that public pool. Bordering on sexual harassment.
I absolutely agree. Yeah.
Safe take, Justin. Yep.
Yes, that's right. That's exactly right. And yeah, I mean, he's a psycho. I mean, what are we talking about? He doesn't even play anyone. He's a psychotic.
Yeah. I mean, I assume that there's like a what's it called? CT whatever thing going on.
I don't know.
Like
it
a
could
head
be.
thing.
Yes, he got concussed as a wide receiver. Maybe that's what it is. There's lots of people who got concussed as in football who weren't a-holes. But
hey, Tom and Alice.
Hey.
Just wanted to say I enjoyed the beginning of the podcast the other day with the parking meter lamp.
Hey! Hey!
See, now you can see it.
Wow, Alice does not look happy right now.
I'm fine with the lamp.
She does not look happy now.
I fixed the lamp for you. It's fine.
You do. Oh, I'm sorry, Alice. Somebody is not appreciating being eclipsed.
I missed tales of Tom taking the burnt orange minivan and going to get, like, basically the chassis of a cannon so he can figure out what he's going to do with it later.
Yeah, I still need the barrel. If anybody has a cannon barrel out there, I can't even find
it. Can't be really heavy, though, because the chassis is in rough shape.
The chassis is broken, which is another thing.
I have a feeling if Tom had his way, the yard in the front of the house would look more Sanford and Son than Better Homes and Garden.
There's some truth to that. There's some truth. What was I thinking the other day?
It's his Vermont blood.
No, you know what? What is that supposed to mean? Don't you denigrate the people of Vermont.
There's some hoarder houses up there.
I don't know, though. So, listen, my feeling is this, I would like to get some animals for the upstairs bathroom. Thought about that today.
Animals?
Yeah, I used to have a great ceramic duck that shattered. But I would love to get, like, some ducks or like,
it used to look at me when I was in the bathroom
at
your apartment.
Oh, did you break that one too? Like you tried to break the lamp?
I didn't break it. I assume one of our kids probably broke it at some point. But
I think so.
No, it used to be like way up on a high shelf, like looking at me as I'm trying to go to the bathroom. Yeah,
that's why I put it up there.
It's weird.
Yeah, I need another one of those.
It's a weird experience to have animals looking at you in the bathroom.
If you know where I can get my paws on some animals, because we have a huge elephant in the living room, and I guess that's it. We got an otter by the door.
Of course, I do have a cast iron mermaid in my office, so I guess I shouldn't say too much.
Charlie, let's do some business. I need that mermaid.
You know,
is it a topless mermaid, by the way, Charlie?
And one of the other points I wanted to make was that if you go to Barstool, I mean, obviously, Burn Barrel isn't really a Barstool kind of name.
Right.
I was thinking that since you are the podcast Maverick, I was thinking Maverick and the Yacht Bunny would be a good name for that if you ever go to Barstool.
That is
Anyways, that's my thoughts.
What do you think about that? Maverick and the Yacht Bunny.
I'm not a yacht bunny, though.
Yes, you are.
I don't know who you're doing the show with.
Yes, you are. Oh, but you'd have to you'd have to essentially be dressed as slave Princess Leia during the job.
Why would I have to
It's Barstool. Alice, just... We need the money, okay?
They don't even allow strippers at Barstool anymore, I heard.
I know. It's like people go to Vegas. I mean, I think if management made that decision, I support them, as a matter of fact.
Only in the elementary schools, not in the Barstool offices.
That's another AB one. We can skip that one. I appreciate it, Justin. I appreciate that. I just don't like talking about him. He's a jerk. Not Justin.
And you don't have to do any more editing.
Yeah, I can't do any more editing. All right, Alice. You know what? We ended the day with a few kind words about the parking meter lamp.
I love the parking meter lamp.
Against every mistake you had, we are showing the lamp now in rotation. I hope it gets equal time going forward. Thank you, everybody. We're going to work on those Sachem shirts.
Thank you, Patreon listeners.
All the shirts that we have to do.
You have funded the camera situation that allows us to show you the lamp. So money well spent, I think,
and
for
the lamp.
you.
Oh, they funded the lamp, too.
Mm-hmm.
That was 40 ducats, you know. That wasn't just
wow.
You know, got it way down from 70. Oh, there we go. There's our cue. Some more electrical fires.
Well, thank you so much, everybody. You can find the Patreon live shows at patreon.com/burnbarrel if you feel like funding more of Tom's psychotic purchases. You can also, as always, find the show for free at burnbarrelpodcast.com. There's links to all different places to listen. We are not currently on YouTube because we're banned, but we'll be back on YouTube soon. Possibly temporarily, we don't really know, but we're always on Rumble. I put the video shows up there if you like to watch, and you can talk to us on social media at Burn Barrel Pod on Twitter, facebook.com/Burn Barrel Podcast.
I'm smiling so that you use a picture of me smiling and not just looking fat and stupid.
You look cute, fat, and stupid, but I like you. Okay. Have a great night, everybody.